Hi all, right, welcome back to Enemy Action Kharkov, Soviet Solo, Take 2 Part 23, I think. Uh, okay, yeah, I've got a problem, got a mistake, I'm kicking myself. Um, yeah, Martin's just commented on, this is part 17 as well, so there's maybe a few bits that he's not looked at yet. So, I mean, I have been putting a lot out there, so I don't expect people to just jump on there and look through them right away. I mean, there's a lot of. They're quite slow, they're quite drawn out, they're maybe not the best fun for some of you to watch and grind your way through. So yeah, back in part 17, but I'm kicking myself because I look back in the video, I mention it, I decide I'm going to look in the rules, and I get lazy. And something, when I very first mentioned it, that's why I wanted to look at the rules, because there was something niggling me about it. And okay, you maybe say, yeah, you're saying that now, but no, there was something, but I'm annoyed. I feel like it's a lazy moment. Um, yeah, okay, so you want to know what I'm talking about, really, don't you? Okay. Jeez, I couldn't believe how far back that was in the card situation. So this must have been very near the beginning of the turn. So there's definitely not a way I can fix this properly. It does feel like one of these ones that I'm not going to be okay about letting go, but as long as I bring it to your attention, I did think about a possible way of trying to sort of. It doesn't really fix it. It's like me sort of making something up, if you like. Anyway, what are we talking about? Right, well, if any else has spotted my blunder, we had this card drawn as a German impulse back in, like I say, it was part 17. It looks like the second card drawn from the deck this turn. So it's a good way back. And we're on turn 3, so event for 1 and 2 does not apply. There was no units to deploy, so we looked at step 3, which is replace 2 steps in core rouse. Now there was there was actually 2 reduced units on the map. There was, I think it is this guy actually, it was this guy, he was reduced, he was on his 1 step side, and funnily enough, he is still there, so I'm wondering, I thought about a possible way of trying to fix, but I don't know how this combat went, to be honest. This was the other guy, right? So we looked at them both, and there was not a problem in repairing a step from this guy. Now they would they have been, hang on, that's it. Yeah, we would have been, I don't think this really came into it, that's maybe why I don't remember it and I'm having to look there, but within the priority, if you had multiple, say we had 3 or 4 one-step units on the map, then I would select them in lowest selector number. But the thing is, it turns out that the other guy wasn't eligible, and that is because we had this 3rd tank unit surrounding this guy. And you might say, well, that's fine, you can still trace supply off the edge there. It's not. The restriction for the Germans is they need to be able to trace reserve supply. I'm just double checking that. Right, why am I not finding that nice and easily? Oh, well, there we go. Yeah, a German unit must be in supply and in a hex from which reserve supply can be traced. And that's what ruled this guy out. So that's why I didn't really need to look at selector numbers and find out which was the lowest of the 2, because we only had 1 on-map unit that could be repaired. So we done this, and then you might say, well, how did this card apply? How did that replacement step apply? Because we were repairing 2 steps. Well, and this is where the blunder came in, because you can bring guys back from the dead. You know, if you, I'm saying it that way, but you can return an eliminated unit into the reserve units box. And we had, that guy wasn't there, right? He wasn't there. This guy was there. This guy here. Now, so I picked him up. I had a look. I say, oh, he's a one-step unit. I say, right. In fact, no. Was it not the other guy that was down there that triggered something in my head about a one-step unit? So I then go and double check. I look at the replacement steps and I read through the rules. I make a shoddy job of that because I don't spot what it is I need to see. And Martin's highlighted the 2 bits that it talks about it, but I'll first talk about the bit within part 16 replacements. 16.2 on page 41, replacement restrictions. The following units are not eligible to receive replacements, right? A unit on the map with 2 or more steps, okay, I knew that. A unit consisting of only 1 step at full strength. There, it's right there. Bullet number 2. That guy can't receive replacements. So he can't come back. There's another few things that unit consisting of only, yeah, I've read that one. A unit in the stack with 6 steps, which would obviously turn the stack overstacked, you know. A unit in the reserve units box, yeah, so you can't replace these are 1-step units there. I can't target them to repair them. A destroyed unit, I think I talked about that last episode. I think that it comes about from an isolated unit having to take a step loss and or being eliminated. It then becomes destroyed. And a Soviet unit and a hex outside Soviet support. So they're because, and it says right there, a unit consisting of only 1 step at full strength, cannot be replaced. But you might say, well, he was in the dead pile anyway. We weren't trying to turn him from a 1 to a 2-step point. But Martin also links, and I think it's 13.52. And well, this is a bit, if I'd caught this bit, we wouldn't be in this situation. 13.52 on page 33 is about combat, elimination and destruction. So this might tell me more about the destroyed part of things. A unit that loses its lone remaining step is eliminated. Okay, eliminated unit that was originally a multi-step unit is placed in the eliminated units box on its 1-step side. So I should really do that as well. I noticed I wasn't doing that. I'm putting them all there on the full strength side. I really want to turn them over because they're only going to come back from that on their 1-step side. It may be returned to play later via replacements, and then in brackets it's got rule 16. An eliminated unit that was 1 step at full strength is removed from play entirely and can't be replaced. So this guy, when we first eliminated this guy, he should be back in the box. So, unfortunately, and I thought I'd got away with it. I thought, because, okay, well, all we did was put him in the reserve units box, and what he should have done was just go back to the box. We're all good. Well, no, we're not all good, because to carry out that action, we need to have at least 2 steps that can. Ooh, wait a minute. No, surely not. Surely it doesn't, because we actually had 2 reduced 1 step. No, I'm not going to get away with that easy. Hang on. Yeah, so, well, worth a read, I suppose. 16 replacements, page 41. In a German impulse, if the first valid command on the selected command card for the impulse is a replacement command, that was where we were. Well, I say that. This is the first valid command. Well, it turns out it probably isn't. But anyway, check the units in the cards listed core. If the core has a number of reduced units on the map, or in the eliminated units box, at least equal to the number of replacement step list on the card, the core receives replacements. Oh, well, I'll tell you what, it's not wording it that way. But this question came up to me before in Enemy Action Ardennes. I know it's slightly different, this. Because I asked a question about this. It was something related to this. Because all that saying if the core has a number of reduced units on the map at least equal to the number of replacement steps listed on the card, the core receives replacements. I think I'm trying to dodge a bullet here that I'm not really going to be able to. And I suppose the way I'm reading that is what I'm saying is this core did have 2 reduced units on the map. This was a 1-step unit, and this guy up here was a 1-step unit. So if you take it literally as it's written, if the core has a number of reduced units on the map at least equal to the number of replacement steps listed on the card, it does. I mean, literally that tells me it's got 2 reduced units, it needs 2 steps replaced. So yes, and the very last part of that is the core receives replacements. But now we can't replace them both because this one's not in supply, not in reserve supply. So that's a way of me trying to sneak out and get away with this. My guess is that it should be saying somewhere, now don't get me wrong, it might be worthwhile looking further back. It should be sort of saying that if the core, if the core has a number of reduced units on the map, eligible, at least equal to the number of replacement steps listed on the card and eligible to be replaced, I think that's what it should be kind of letting me know. Then they will receive replacements. But it doesn't say it that way, so I'm trying hard to get out of this one. Give me a sec. Yeah, I think I've found the bit that's not going to let me out of it. But I kind of knew. I thought I'd go back to Rule 8 somewhere, because it talks about the cards and that, gives you a description of how they work. So on page 14, 8.12, assign replacements. If the core shown on the card has 1 or 2 replacement eligible units, as indicated on the card, in play or in the eliminated units box, assign replacement steps. You know what, that doesn't quite... I could still argue against that a little bit, I think. Because although the card shows replace 2 steps, it does have 1 eligible unit. I think I know how it works, and I'm just trying to get out of it, really. I will say that there's maybe a bit of argument for how it's worded, but I possibly could get shot down in flames for that, for looking at it that way, I think. So, okay. Unless it's right. The thing is, I really think, because what would have happened here, right? And remember, like I said, I'm like a big stack of cards into the German deck now, so if I was to fix this one, most of this turn would have to be wiped out and pretty much started again. I would just get the first, I think there's only one, in fact, maybe not, this could be the very first German impulse of the turn, because there's only one card. This is the card before it in the discard pile. And my guess is that might well have been for a combat tactic when we attacked. So this is probably the very first German impulse of the turn. So I would have to, I'd have to wipe out so much. And the reason being because, I would have to step. Oh yeah, I did St. Martin. I would have to draw another card. I was jumping ahead there a bit. That's not true, Martin. If you catch this before my comment, I could maybe edit that. But we would have moved down to activate all units in the core. But I can't go back and sort that now. And if that didn't happen, we would look at the engineers event. And if for some reason that didn't happen, it's more than likely it would. So I'm probably talking rubbish when I say we would have to draw another card. So I'll try and edit that that reply to you, Martin. But I think you still understand that I'm saying I can't really fix it. Now, so the only things I could do, and I had a wee sort of, I think really what I have to do is just say that, look, we made a blunder here, we've repaired this one unit here, and yeah, just let it go from there. I did think that what I could try and do, which is kind of just making things up, really, which feels a bit meh, really. But I just feel like I could give the Germans a benefit and say, look, let's just pretend that this guy was able to trace reserve supply and repair him. However, I've since attacked this unit, got all these units. It was obviously a terrible attack because he's sitting there with an IP not budged, and my units are dispersed. So it was obviously a terrible attack. I can't quite remember how it turned out, but am I not right in saying we had 14-1 or something? So, but you know, I was kind of thinking maybe that's a fix. I put him back to his full strength at 2. And then I see what chits are drawing, and we've got 71 rather than 14-1, and see if that alters the battle any. And I'm thinking, that sounds like you're just kind of. It's just I'm trying to give a benefit back to the Germans because I've kind of taken something away from them then. What they would have done when they activate, I don't know. And if they didn't activate, engineers would have put some IPs down. I don't know. I can't. Without, I'd have to, like I say, wipe out all the turns to go back to that. So I feel like the best solution is just to note this. Well, Martin's brought it up in the comments on YouTube. I should probably add that to the actual header of the YouTube video as well. So yeah, I'll put a few notes down there just so that when you're watching it, you realise that I shouldn't have been able to carry that out. Yeah, it's a bummer, but it doesn't. It's not the worst thing that's happened, so it's not that. I don't know, the first errors that were brought up in my first playthrough regarding surrounding units, I think I just threw the tile in there because I'd had about 3 of them and they were just so clearly, they weren't really that difficult to spot. And I think I just felt a bit embarrassed about that and thought, right, let's just start this again and try and make a better job. That's an error, yes, but I just need to think, let it go and just try and carry on with things, really. Unless somebody comes back and tells me, no, you were right, because that would still apply, because that unit was a one-step unit, and then it turned out to be not eligible, so you were only able to replace a 1. I'm not buying that, right? I'm 99% sure that's not right. So, okay. Right, so sorry about that, guys. It probably hurts me more than it, or it bothers me more than it bothers you. But yeah, because it's another wee glitch, but it's still a glitch, yeah. Okay, well let's try and get. Yeah. There's a couple other things. I put them in the header of the video. I think this was part 20, and. I eventually actually remember talking about this is the boundary for southwest front units this way, so they can't go any further to the north of this line, north being this way. And twice while trying to decide if I was able to surround a unit that was, I want to say it was here or here. No. I'm lying. Was the unit? No. I wanted to get into that hex. I think the unit was here. So I wanted to go 1, 2, and then I went 3, 4, 5. So I crossed the boundary when I was checking for proximity to surround and checking for dangerous surround. I done this twice. I highlighted that the first one was just me checking. I don't think the first one was an actual, is this guy surroundable? I think it was just to check from my point of view. But the second one was an actual check, and illegally would decide he was in dangerous round by illegally moving a unit past the boundary. However, I looked at it and I did see that third tank units were available to come down and still surround the unit. So there wasn't a mistake made, but I spoke wrongly by accidentally crossing the boundary. That's the first time this game I've done it. So, but I've done it twice. Done it twice in that part, in part 20. Put a couple of notes about it. No harm done with that one though, but just remember to be careful. It's so easily done that. That was me not moving the unit. Whether come the time I was going to move the unit, I might have seen it. I don't know, maybe not though. That was just me checking for proximity and dangerous around and that. So yeah, need to be careful of that. Okay, well, yeah, let's try and get this turn finished. A wee bit sour there, but I don't feel terrible about it. It's you know what? It's not a huge mistake, but what annoys me more is I talked about it when I looked at the unit, and I think I might have been lying saying it was the unit that was in the eliminated units box. I think it might have been this other unit that moved. There, he's away up. He's away up there now. Yeah. Because we relocated him. He's a one-step unit that's away up there, and I think it's when I looked at him and there's just a wee pause and a wee thought, and I say, oh, he's a one-step unit, is that alright? And then I decide to go and look at the rules, and I get lazy because it's in the rules, and I don't. If I looked through replacements, I would have seen it. If I had looked through the rules, I would have got it. So that's why I'm more angry about that than the actual, the size of the error isn't. It doesn't feel huge. Yeah, it's still an error. Okay, well, I'll just need to move on, and I don't think this whole thing about trying to put this guy back to 2 strength to make up for it, because then I've got to check what happens in this combat. I asked Martin for his thoughts, but doubtful he's going to suggest try to do that, but then again, he hasn't quite seen what's happened here. If it was just a case that this hadn't had been attached yet, then it might have. It still would have been off, Yeah. Okay. Well, the cards were laid out there. I was going to start going through things. I thought we're 22 minutes in. Let's get something moving. So I think this was the last card that I drew, wasn't it? Well, our draw pile's empty now. Anyway, I think we've got the 69th Army primary card and then 6th Army. So this looks like about the best option. I did start thinking though, I thought, did we not take a hit on one of our armoured units? And look, however, and then I thought maybe repair, maybe a replacement point on that. However, look, we took a hit already, so we've got a one-step infantry unit. So that would have to be targeted first, because remember, the other one's a mech unit, so it would target. Yeah. What happened to the first guards? Oh, they must have moved up and tried to attack. They're dispersed as well. Right, okay. This was only last night as well. I can't even remember what's been going on. Okay, so yeah, I thought, well, if this had been the only unit and I could have repaired them, I might have done that, but, well, it's not. So I'd need to repair the infantry. And I'm thinking, oh, to heck with that. Let's activate them and let's get around this unit, try and destroy him, and then, yeah. So I think I'm going to do that. So we're going to activate 6th Army, activate all units 6th Army, right, garrison adjacent, so that's going to come away. And then we're going to get round about this guy. So I've got these 2 mechanised units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And then I'm just going to move him in as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so that's just going to be round about him. I don't think we can try and be cheeky and try and do a multiple attack here. Well, he's only 2 strength, but then the only other guy we could probably try and go for is this guy, and we're not going to get round about him. I think it's more sensible maybe just to go for this guy. Should we try and put some protection back in this town? I don't know, because I think the whole force against this guy is probably going to be overkill, because he's going to be surrounded. All we're going to need is a D1 hit on him, remember, because he's going to be surrounded with no friendly unit adjacent. So, I mean, do we really need 4, 5, 6? If I go to 5 to 1, that's like 10 strength, so it means 6. But then I do need some chip pools, don't I don't know, 5 to 1 with 4. You would think 4 chip pools might be enough. He is in the woods. That's his only good, I think. That's the only thing going for him. Yeah, because he's infantry as well, so. What could we. Well, if I kept it to the minimum and just went 5 to 1, that's 4, 6. And we move this infantry into here, 10 with 3 chip pools. 5 to 1 with 3 chip pools. That's risky, but if I'd done it that way, we would have 4, 7, 8, 11. We'd have 11 on that guy. That's not quite enough. Tell you what, if it'd been 12, I might have thought it was worth it. It's just I don't. I feel like I should do something else with the other units, not put them all in on that guy. What about if I maybe just move this guy in and then get this guy on top? That's 7 and 6, that's 13, so that's 6 to 1 odds with 4 chip pools. And then maybe just put this whole stack into the woods there, sort of like pushing against that Rouse unit. It also protects that town because this unit can't now move into it. Because he would be moving from. Well, actually. Oh! No, it doesn't. I was going to say it surrounds that guy, but it doesn't. He's still got an out there. And then next time we activate them, we can more than likely get in here and get that guy surrounded, you know? Yeah. I think I'll go with that. We're just running the impulses to the end of the turn now. I mean, I don't even want to use a combat tactic. Ooh, we got assault coordination at 69th Army. I'd forgot about that. Yeah, because that was. God. Like I said, this was only last night. And it's not that late the night either. Yeah, did I not consider moving in here and assault coordinating against that guy and bringing these two into it? Yeah, I mean, it's either that, because that, yeah, that assault coordination is going to go to waste. Activate any one unit. That's a thought. Yeah, but we're going to expose. I just started going off and thinking of other things there. I mean, because I've got the 69th Army card, right? Now the units are all dispersed, so I'm not going to activate them because they're just going to undisperse at the end of the turn. I've nothing to deploy. The event is no good to me. So I mean, and it's a really strong combat tactic. But the other two cards I've got to support it are 40th Army cards, and they are over there with no real place to go and attack that could benefit from assault coordination. Well, hold on, Grant. Hold on. Let's rethink this then. Yeah, let's get in on this guy with assault coordination. And you know what else? Let's get some of this in here. Let's get some combat tactics. In fact, did I not even say yet that I might finish the turn on this impulse? Well, finish my part of the turn. I mean, would I like to keep one to activate the 40th Army? I've got a unit, it's a units and a full. We could replace a point, but I don't think we've got any options there. Right, I'm going to rethink this bit. Now, where was... I might have to reset this. Right, that guy was there, I think, wasn't he? Because he was stacked with it armor, and they were there, and he was there, and these guys were here. Pretty sure that's right, and the armor units moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. So if we went back to our other plan of possibly having just 10 and 3 chip pools, risky, but we could maybe add one of the combat tactics to that. We've got NKVD and artillery and assault coordination, but we would want assault coordination for this one. Yeah, that would have been better to get in on that guy, but I can't get a 6 army unit round to that. Yeah, but if so if that was, if we just put 10 into that with this guy, 5 to 1, 3 chip pools. It's a bit risky, but remember we only need D1. Then we would have 4, 7. Well, it's 11, isn't it? We looked at this already, so it's 11. 1, 2. Yeah, we would be able to get them all in here, and we would get this guy flanked. 11, and then another 8 is 19 to 4. Oh, it's one short. Come on. NKVD, what does that do again? I looked at this recently as well. NKVD. If at least 5 combat chits are drawn, increase German hits by 1. And it says the first 3 hits incurred by the Soviets must be satisfied by stat loss. Well, we could be drawing 5 chats, so that could be worthwhile putting in there, and then maybe just put artillery into the other one. Either that, or we do keep this to move the 40th Army units, maybe. NQBD. Yeah, so it doesn't increase. I'm not getting an increase, and I can't bring any more strength, because then that would reduce that to 4, 6. Yeah, I definitely need 10 in on that. Okay, I'm definitely putting that unit in there. And 19 to 4 means we're only getting 4 to 1 odds. If we do play that NKVD, we are going to get another hit on them, but there's a risk of, if it goes wrong, I'm not going to be able to disperse my way out of it, if you like. Okay, so I just want to keep this stack together, I think. But can he reach 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, he can go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the rest of these guys are just going to go 1, 2. Yeah, there's nothing better than we can do than that. Yeah, it's a pity. That would have been brilliant. It would have been perfect if it was 20 against 4. That would have been, yeah, happier with that. But, well, it is what it is. I'm frightened to play that NKVD though. Okay, so I think that's my movement. We are right, but we might as well deal with this situation first, right? So we're attacking there, and well, rather than me count up numbers, I'm just going to say that I am playing assault coordination. Okay, and that brings That brings these guys into the fight. Now they just need to be from the same front, don't they? That must just be for the Germans, I think. It must be from the same army, is it? Or I could just be making things up. Is it reinforced battle I'm thinking about? Yeah, in the same army for the Germans. And in the same front. Yeah, it's reinforced battle. It's not assault coordination. No, so that they just bring everybody in. Okay, so we bring these guys in. So they bring in 8, 11, 12, 15, 19. Yeah, like we said, 19 unfortunately. So 19 against 4 is 41. So 41 odds. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, the other good thing about that is we get the armour from this guy. Well, from the guys actually. So what did I say? I think it was 7 I said, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. And 1 for the assault coordination is 8. So we've got 8 chip pools and 41 odds. Maybe we don't risk this NKVD then. And remember, it can affect chips drawn with that on it then as well. And I didn't really have a big study against them to see what they actually do. It's a shame that's the units card. The NKVD one's the units card. Will we take a chance? Thing is, this will end up being my last impulse then, because I'm pretty sure I want to use artillery in the other combat just to give a little bit of a boost, extra chip pool, because I'm only getting I'm getting 5 to 1 odds on it and 3 chip pools, so I get 5 to 1 odds, 4 chip pools and artillery, and then it just means that 40th Army are just going to be sitting. And then I don't know, something feels wrong about that. I mean, these guys should have been able to take that guy on. I don't know what happened there. We had 14 to 1 odds. He's got an IP as well. He must have built that IP after we attacked, surely. Must have done. Decisions. Right, I'm going to go for this, I think, because if I'm going to activate the 40th Army, I want to activate the whole army. I don't want to activate just 2 of the stacks. So what I think I'll do is I'll make this attack first, and I will play this NKVD just to see how it works out. That does increase us to a maximum of 9 chip pools. Now, as long as we draw 5, at least 5 combat chips. So we need to remember that we get to increase German hits by 1. But if we get lots of A hits here, that's going to be messy. And then what I might do, I might risk it and not use this, okay? And take a chance that out of 3 chip pools I can draw 1 hit on that guy. And then we can have a last impulse to move these with, I think probably with strategic movement, and just get them, I don't know, moving up somewhere. I don't think I'm going to bother with them coming around here. I mean, this is horrible getting around this woods. These 69th Army guys are going to deal with this guy. So I think that's what I'd like to try and do. But I suppose what I get the chance to do is just see how the outcome of this combat goes first, and just see if I feel like saying to myself, no, let's just chuck the artillery in and finish the game turn. I mean, bearing in mind, with me stalling and using this as another impulse means the Germans get another impulse too, so I could just finish my impulse here, and then the Germans only got one more impulse. And I left them with 4 cards the first turn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 cards the second turn. Well, they've got 9 cards in their deck just now, so that might well, if I do end the impulse here, then they'll end up with maybe probably 8 cards in there, which is slightly better, I think. Right, okay, I'm going to go with that. So we played that NKVD Assault Coronation, 41 odds, 9 chip pools. The guy's got an IP, he's armoured. He's not surrounded, but he is flanked. He is armoured. He's in a clear hex. Yes. We've got the NKVD, so we're guaranteed 1 hit as long as we draw 5 chits. Okay, minimum of 2 chits. Right, I'm going to get the 2 and we'll see how this goes. Okay, that's a dreadful start. I looked at on the other side, it's City Woods on the one side. I thought, I hope it's not that clear one that does damage to me. First card's attack of command 5. It was disperse unsupplied on the other side. We've only got a 3 command card. Wish we could add up our combat tactics. Does that not work that way? No. Right, okay. So that's a terrible start. 1 hit to ourselves. I mean, okay, we would have to definitely take the first hit anyway. But remember, we played that NKVD, so 41 odds, and I was forgetting IP. Remember the IP crossfire? That's another one he could get. Not only that, you know what? If we've got to take a hit on an armoured unit or a large or a 3-step unit, it's going to be one of these 2 guys. Well, that was the other thing I wanted to mention. We had the combat, and I've spoken about this before, that within the enemy action Ardennes, not only did each unit have to take a step loss before the other one could, and that's still the case within this game, but you had to actually take a step from one hex attacking, then you had to spread the love, if you like, round the hexes first as well. It's just that one of the last combats I had with the 3rd tank, I think or was it Popov? Might have been Popov, that I was able to take 2 hits from the same stack, and I thought, I remembered that in Ardennes you wouldn't have been able to do that. I would have had to take it from another stack that was attacking before going back to that guy. Anyway, right, what are we doing here? Yeah, like I say, that first hit, unless for some reason we can cancel it out, but we've only got 41 odds, and I think they only really come from when you've got high odds chits. So it's more than likely this guy's taking the hit, isn't it? Or we eliminate that guy, and that's before we've drawn any more chits yet. This maybe wasn't a clever idea. Do we just go nuts and try and finish the turn in style and go for them all? Maybe just 7. Remember, we're getting a hit from the NKVD tac. So, I mean, we are, as long as we got 5 chits, we're sitting at A1, D1 just now. Oh, I'm just going to go all in, I think. You know what's put me off, though, a little bit, is seeing them all coming back. I'm eliminating these units and they're just coming back. And I maybe didn't realise that it was quite as brutal as that. I didn't realise the game was going to be quite as brutal as that, but it looks to me like the Germans are going to keep recycling. And the fact they generally get 2 replacement points and we always only just get the 1. Maybe we've got to put a bit more thought into our replacements as well, though. Because if the Germans are using a card to replace, you know, that's all they're doing. So maybe we need to do a little bit of it too. Also at a slower rate, but I feel like this is madness, but yeah, I'm gonna get all 9. Okay, let's do it. No, hold that thought. I don't think I am. I think it's silly. I think fair enough, go to 7. Oh, don't know what to do. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go to 7. I just think it's tempting fate a bit. I mean, again, it's a random sort of bit, this, isn't it? I could just go to 7 and draw 5 horrible chits, and then if I'd went to 9, the next 2 chits might have been good for me. So, no, I'm going in. I'm going to 9. I'm going to 9. Right, definitely 9. Okay, I had to stop. I've just realised I'm not drawing a German combat tactic. Oh, I didn't, did I? No. That's me got to 6, and I just realised when artillery, I thought, well, we didn't play artillery in this one. Did they play artillery? Oh dear. Let's hope. Well, hang on. If it's going to be screen, we could get away with it still. Right, well, I've got to draw a card for them, so I should have done this already. The downside to this is I've made my mind up to draw 9 now, and this could have maybe changed my mind, maybe, but right, here we go. Oh, let's pull out. And we've got 41 odds. You know what, this could be, I mean, I know I've made a mess of this. This could actually be better for me. It could, couldn't it? I mean, I know this looks like I'm getting away with one here, guys, but I totally forgot all about drawing the combat tactic. So how else can I do it? I can't. There's nothing I can really do. I mean, I'll just double check that the combat's not going ahead, and then all I'll do is put these back in the cup, and the combat wouldn't have happened. That's the best I can do. I know it does. After all these chits that I've drawn, you think, oh, that's exactly the combat tactic you wanted. Where are we? Just to double check. Pull out, because he's not in a VP either, is he? You know what the other thing is? He's going to lose his IP. Pull out, if the combat ratio is greater than or equal to 4 to 1, well, it's 4 to 1, and nothing is changing that. And he's in a non-VP hex. Retreat the defending stack 2 hexes prior to combat in accordance with the retreat rules, but do not place dispersed. Retreat must end in a hex in German supply. Attack is considered resolved. Discard any attack or combat tactics, and the attackers may advance after combat. Right, well, sorry about that as well. Looks like I'm having a bit of a blunder time at the moment, but I will say that this one looks like it's gone in my favour. I mean, could you say that last one went in my favour too, when I should have been replacing 2 steps and I could only replace 1, and I don't know what else would have happened. You know, the guys would probably have activated and done something. That's all I can say, because I think there was about 3 or 4 units on the map from Core Rouse. I can't go and fix that without wiping out all this turn, basically. Right, so we can take this away. None of this is happening. We know he's going to pull out. It is turn 3, so that's right. So that's going to be happened. We just lose these combat tactics. Nothing happens with them. Just discard them. This is not a combat. I mean, we can advance after combat, remembering that these two can't advance because they were brought in with assault coordination. Okay, so and he's also going to lose his IP, and I'm also not going to have to decide to take the hit on this guy, which I never really took into consideration when I went in with that. Yeah, you're going to have to be a bit more careful with him, I think, right? We've got away with one. Okay. So, well, he can't retreat there, so his first retreat is definitely there. And his second retreat might need some looking into, I think. Right, so he's got 3 retreat options for his second retreat. VP Hex, no. Hex not in dangerous surround. So let me have a quick look then. If he moves to there. If he moves to there, he's not in dangerous surround. I think this garrison's protecting. Well, to be honest, no, we can't get through there. If he moves to there, we can't get through here around about him. However, what about what's going on over here? I know these guys are involved in attack, so hang on. Not this guy, but this guy is 1, 2, 3, but he's also breaking zone of control, so it's 4, 5, 6. We could get a unit round to there. And, right, just look, Grant, look. What did I say? 4, 5, 6. And we could get something into there, couldn't we? That does not surround him. He's got an out hex there, hasn't he? From that hex. Yeah, and that's not in surround. So that is not. This one might be, however. Well, there's still not a gap to get through, but we could get a unit there, and we could get a unit here, and we could get that same unit. Well, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, you could go there. That might surround him, actually. Does it? Yeah, it does. So he is surroundable in that hex, so he doesn't want to go there. Is that right? Is that right? Yeah, because something can move from here to here, something can move 1, 2 into there, and this guy can go 4, breaking zone of control, 5 into there. Yeah, I think so. I was thinking that was his out, but that's not, because we can get something 1, 2 into there. Is that right? I'm struggling to work this one out. I should have left the green cubes, I think. 1, 2, yeah, there's no problem with him going 1, 2 into there. Yeah, okay, so that is a surroundable hex, so that's his 2 options now. So then we move on. Woods terrain, no. Hex to which no Soviet unit is proximate. I'm pretty sure we're proximate to either one, aren't we? Yeah, we're proximate to either one, so it's going to be opposite forward arrow, so it's going to be there, right? Okay. Right, and then we can advance, yeah, no, only one hex, because these guys can't do the advancing. Hang on, maybe just advance with that guy. Okay, that's done. Right. Okay, sorry about that again. Just lapse of concentration. I don't think there was any harm done, although you're all like saying, yeah, you got away with one there, Grant, because we've seen the chits, but I shouldn't have been drawing any of the chits. They got put directly back into the cup, so nothing really, nothing really happened. There was not something that should have happened that, well, right, I think you know what I'm getting at. So, right, so what will we do here? Will we just take the chance with us, draw 3 chits? The only thing I don't want to see is a woods chit, really. Draw 3 chits at, what did I say, 6-1? No, 5-1, wasn't it? Yeah, it is only 5-1. Right, well, let's get it marked up, Grant. So 5-1 odds. And at the moment we've got 3 chit pools. We could turn that into 4 by playing this card for artillery. Or we could use this card to move these units next turn and get them going somewhere. I'm not sure where everything's heading, to be honest. I do feel like that 40th Army should be trying to support the 3rd tank, and just forget about this. So that's what's making me think that maybe I should keep the card for that. You know what, I'm going to take a chance and keep hold of it. We only need D1 out of this. I know we're only getting 3 chit pools. And you know what, if we don't get a result, the guy's staying surrounded. So he'll go out of supply in the next turn unless for some reason he gets to make a move here and get out of that situation. Right, I'm just going to go with that. So, right, I'll do it properly this time though and draw the Germans' combat tactic. Right, so 5-1 odds, 3 chit pools maximum, 1 minimum. Oh, look at that. That'll do. Assault coordination, attack only, and if drawn, shuffle back in if it's not used. So it is going to shuffle back in. So that was good then, because I'd taken a little bit of a chance with that. And I mean, if I'd drawn screen or something there, right, that's shuffled back in. So 3 chit pools. We're going to get 1 minimum and then probably draw all 3. But well, you never know if we got a D1 with the first one. Right, I'll get the minimum 1. Yeah, well, when I drew it, I thought you're having a laugh, but however, that is an A-1, so I really just want a D1, and then that's job's done. I don't really need to worry about getting hit myself. Well, I could be a woods chit there with an A1 on it, possibly, right enough. So there is that. However, we did not play artillery. We decided not to. Right, so I'm going to draw the other 2 chits. Right, so that has taken the Mickey. That one would have done us if we played the artillery. Right, you'll also notice that's off-coloured chit, so that's a replenished chit. There is some this time to go back from the set-aside cup into the cup, so I've done that. None of the chits apply because Grant did not want to part with his artillery. So 1 more chit to draw. I'm just going to keep the camera rolling here, and we're going to grab this one here and we're going to put it down, and that's going to be no use. Dear me. Nothing out of 3 chits. Well, like I say, we do have them surrounded still. Now these just go back directly into the cup as well because of the replenished chit. And yeah, that was kind of a whole lot of nothing, wasn't it? Impulse is over. Right, I'm kind of running out of stuff here again. That's an hour. Okay, I'm going to hopefully. I've tidied things up here. We've got one card left. No more cards to draw. We activated 6 army there. Right. I'll need to get this uploaded, but as long as the next German Impulse is only 20-30 minutes long, I'll add on to the end of this. If not, it's maybe going to come a time where I've got to start with a German Impulse as the turns go on. So, okay, I'll be back shortly once I've copied this across. Okay, cheers. Hi all, right, back to hopefully just finish off this last half of what are we on? Take 2 part 23, hopefully just a German Impulse to add on to the end here. If not, this would become the start of enemy action Kharkov Soviet, so take 2 part 24, but hopefully that'll not be the case, it'll just be the end of 23. So let's just draw German Impulse and get it going then. Right, Core Rouse, they've been haunting me recently. They have, haven't they? I just showed you about the error that I had way back, and that Martin pointed out regarding replacements, which was a Core Rouse card. I forgot to draw a combat tactic in the last battle. Well, not the last battle, the one before that. And then drew it and it was a Core Rouse card, and here we are again, Core Rouse again. So let's get it right then. So deploy all, right, that's not third core, that should say Core Rouse. So deploy all Core Rouse reserves if at least 2 units are eligible. There's none eligible, there's none available in the reserve unit spot. So activate all units in Core Rouse. And if we don't get right to that, let's hope it replaces 1 step in the core, because I don't want to do that strategic relocation again. It might not replace. That guy might be able to trace reserve supply now. No, maybe not. Right, well, let's see if we can activate all units in the core then. That's possible, because there is 4 of them on the map. So we can probably do that. We've got this full strength one here. This is the one that did get repaired properly. This one's reduced with an IP on it, and then these other 2 were the ones that relocated. So I think I've got that right. There was that took me quite some time to get that. I had to ask a question. Feels like it's right now after getting the answer to the question. So right, let's see if we can do any with the guys. So German activation. This is turn 3. So up behind Soviet lines. No. Should we consider looking at this guy? It was supply, wasn't it? 9.2. If you can trace, if it's able to just trace normal supply, then that'd be fine. It says German supply can't be traced. Well, that's not true, so he's not behind Soviet lines. Move to enter garrison VPX to its Soviet unit proximate. Yeah, now remember we said, hang on, yeah, we did have this interesting thought about moving this unit way up here to be able to go and grab that. Don't think that guy can make it though. Let's just see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he can. Because that was a thought when we were doing that last impulse. I thought maybe activate any 1 unit and do that guy and chuck him in there to grab on our victory point. But by doing that, it would have been leaving this one empty. So I didn't think that was a great idea in the end. So he is proximate to that, but in this Core Rouse unit, but it's through the woods here, unfortunately. Even this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, can't reach. This would be 1, 2, 3, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they've only got 4 movements. So can't go and help with that one. Enter garrison VP hex to its Soviet unit proximate. There's nothing else up there, is there? No, we've took everything else around that area. So yeah, so the only other option could be this guy, because there is. Ooh, wait a minute. No, I don't think so. Again, I don't think he can reach anyway. Well, he's crossing the Donets River, so 1, 2, 3, 4. He can't get up there. I don't think this guy is proximate though. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, he's just one short. He's breaking zone of control as well, Grant. So he's too short. So no, I don't think so. I'm reading the wrong action step. I'll just look back at step 1 and 2. You know, 1 and 2 on the player aid. It's not 1 and 2. It's 3 and 4. Turn 3 and 4 we're on. So it's not move to enter garrison VP hex with Soviet unit proximate. It's move to VP hex. However, that's going to be the same result, isn't it? No. Because that guy, although I believe there's going to be a condition that says he's not, he can move to this VP hex. There's a German unit in it, but it does go on to say move to German VP hex only if empty or garrisoned and Soviet unit would be proximate after move. So yeah, it's only going to move to German VP hex if it's empty or garrisoned, right? So yeah, so that doesn't help. There's a garrison one away up the top there, but they can't reach that either. This is just a normal garrison hex. So however, move to VP hex. He can he? No, he can't. He can't get through here to this. I think, in fact, did I not say that that's the reason I was putting these guys to kind of protect that? Yeah, no. So there's no moving to VPX, I can see. So step 3 is, if in dangerous round in a non-VP hex, move to a position hex. Now, remember, Grant, it's position hex. I was thinking about this one again recently, and I thought, that scares me to think that I might miss that and just try and get them out of dangerous round. So if in dangerous round in a non-VP hex, move to a position hex, not in dangerous round. Right, so let's have a look. We're going ascending order there too. So we've got 4, 6, 12 and then 23. So it would be this guy would be looking at first. I don't think he is though, because this garrison's in here in this unit, so mind you, we checked recently and this guy wouldn't retreat to, what was it, here, because that was in dangerous round, that hex. So in actual fact, maybe he is in dangerous round. Well, this guy can go, we said it's one breaking zone of control, 2 to break across the river. Oops, I'll zoom in a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4 into there, and then, well, he can't come back. Well, he can come back down there, but he can go there or there. Well, maybe actually there is better. And then obviously we can push a unit into there. And in actual fact, yeah, I get the feeling he probably is, isn't he? This guy can break away 1, 2, and then 3, 4. Yeah, that'll do it. So yeah, he is in dangerous round. That's good. I'm kind of hoping they just have an activation and we can be done with things. If in dangerous round, in or on VP hex, move to a position hex not in dangerous round. Remember though, position hex ground. So where could he move? Well, he will move to a garrison if he can, so there's a good chance that is not in dangerous round. Sorry, I should need to do it properly. Use my wee white blue cubes for the Germans. I know, I need some red cubes or something for the Soviets. Well, I was talking about red cubes to, yeah. We could do a selection of lots of different colours. Okay, now can he move there? Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3. It would be 3 to move there. However, he could actually move 1 extra and go there. Does he maybe not want to be adjacent to a German unit? I don't think that's going to be helping him, is it? If he goes there, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that is a dangerous round. Yeah. But one of the two, maybe. Let's just say I like to do it that way, so that's where the unit is. So if he moves there, can we? No, you know what? I think. What did we say? This was 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and then 1, 2. Yeah, that's surroundable. So that's not an option. So what about there then? That looks better, isn't it? Yeah, we're not getting round about him there. 4, 5, 6. I mean, yes, I can get into there, but there's no way I'm getting into here, is there? There's no gap here to get through, and that's us used as much as we can to get round about. I mean, the third tank, they've got it. Well, you know what? That's their boundary, so yeah, keep your eye on the boundaries, Grant. Yeah, so I think that's a candidate. What is the preferences then? He prefers A, that removes dangerous surround from our German unit, B in unit's army area. Oh, yeah, you know what? Well, is there other options that is not going to be a hex in dangerous surround then from where he starts here? It's clearly not going to be here or down in here. That's silly. We've looked at that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Have we looked at that one as well? Yeah, that wouldn't be in dangerous round either. I don't think. There's no way we're getting something round to there. So I'm going to put him back, and we're going to say that these two are options. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can't get up to there. Can't get up to there. Yeah, they're only 2 I can reach. And we checked the garrison one. It was in dangerous round, wasn't it? 1, 2. No, sorry. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, and then 1, 2. Yeah, that garrison's surroundable. So one of these two. So first preference is removes dangerous round from another German unit. Well, no. This guy's not in dangerous round. That garrison's still going to be there. I mean, it's not at the moment, but I'm wondering if it takes into account when you've moved there. Well, no, it can't really, can it? Because it's trying to check if it can get the guy out of dangerous round by moving there. So no, I don't think either of them are. None of them are getting any of these guys out of dangerous around. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we can close in here and here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there. Yeah, that's an out hex for him. He's not in dangerous around. Yeah, he's not in dangerous around, so none of that applies. So we're not removing dangerous around from our German unit. So B is in the unit's army area. Well, his army area is a Rouse unit, so his army area is miles away. It's away over the other side, so I'm going to say that's not going to apply. If outside unit's army area, closer to the area, that's not going to work either, is it? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I would say he's 9 hexes, just as the crow flies, not looking at anything in between. And from there he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this one's actually slightly further away, but it doesn't ask that. It just says, if outside unit's army area, closer to the area. Well, we can't do that either. So then we're going to go empty. Both of them are empty. And then the last one's going to be a lowest position number. There's nothing about being adjacent to German unit, no. So lowest position number, that's 72, that's 66. I think that's where he's going to move. So he was there. Just leave that there just now. So 1, 2, crossing the Donetsk River, 3, 4. Not in dangerous around. No. Okay, yeah, I mean, looks like a sensible move. We were talking about maybe coming in and, well, I kind of thought I was going to finish this guy off, and then we were actually going to close in and surround that guy, weren't we? So now he's moved out. So, yeah, okay. Looks like a good move. Hopefully it's right. So moving on. This might take longer than I hoped. Damn it. Well, maybe not. Right, are any of the rest of them in that same position, if in dangerous round? Well, none of the two are, because we relocated them to not be in dangerous round, so none of them are. However, this guy is in dangerous round. Move to a position X, not in dangerous round. I'm not 100% sure he's going to be able to do that. I would 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? That's probably his best chance of maybe getting away with it. Because this is clearly not. And he's breaking zone of control. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can. This is going to start taking a wee bit longer than I thought, guys. I kind of need to take a break, so... right, I'm hopefully going to finish this all. I'm just going to pause it just now and also charge my phone while I'm doing that. And hopefully I'll be back just to try and finish this off, okay? Fingers crossed. Okay, cheers. Right. Hi all, I'm not sure where I left things off here. Sorry, I kind of had to dash away. Phone needs charged as well. But I'd like to try and finish this last bit off. Now, yeah, no, yeah. I've remembered now. I thought this was an out hex for him, which I don't think would have been in dangerous round. But I was forgetting he needs to break zone of control, doesn't he? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. He can't reach there. Damn, I thought, alright, this should be pretty straightforward. Got this guy sorted. Right, hang on. Right, so in actual fact, even though this guy is in dangerous round, he can't move to a hex not in dangerous round. Move to a position hex not in dangerous round. And the other two guys we looked at, they're fine. So moving on to step 4, so we're going to draw 2 action cards, check the lower of the cards, and see if we can do something with that first. Okay. Right, so let's draw 2 action cards. The first one is that. I'm just going to find the lower one first. So it's 04, which is deploy garrison. So, right, I'll have a look at that first. So place 1 garrison in an empty position hex meeting all these criteria in German reserve supply within 3 hexes of a supplied active German unit. Now this time we have this guy on the bottom of the camera there and these 2. So within 3 hexes of them, to which the Soviet Union is proximate but not adjacent, removes dangerous round from a German unit. Well, we know these 2 are not in dangerous round, so is there a possibility a garrison going somewhere that could remove dangerous round from Ham? Quite possibly, by just maybe here. It's got to be within 3 hexes of a supplied active German unit, so let's just see if a garrison was placed there. Pretty sure it would actually. No, hang on. No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't, would it? Because, and again, although these guys are dispersed, which I find strange, it wasn't something you'd done in the previous game, but at least I'm pretty sure it wasn't. Although I always thought it should have been, so maybe that's a good thing. Yeah, so this guy, I mean, okay, he can't move just now, but you do consider him, could go out and in, so he could go 1, 2, breaking zone of control, 3, 4 back into the woods, and this unit would still be surrounded. So, yeah, placing a garrison there does not remove dangerous surround. The only other possible hex is 1, 2, 3 would be here, but no, that's not going to, because this guy can just close in there. Well, in fact, well, yeah, he couldn't do his out and in hang, but this guy can just come in here and surround it. So, I'm just looking at preferences there, I guess. Removes dangerous round from German unit. So lowest number position that we could deploy a garrison within 3 hexes of a supplied active German unit to which a Soviet unit is proximate but not adjacent. Okay, right, hang on. Well, I suppose if it just boils down to that, it's just going to be here, isn't it? This is the 34 position, lowest numbered position. Yeah, because it's got to be within 3 hexes of one of these active units. They're all supplied, and if we look further up here, yeah, there's nothing lower than that, than 34 up here. No, so this is the lowest number, as long as the Soviet Union is proximate to that hex, which it is. I think it's going there, so it's not doing a great deal, is it? So just to double check, place 1 garrison in an empty position hex meeting all these criteria. In German, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's the point. In German reserve supply grant. Maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe not. Yeah, because this side of the map's not any good for reserve supply, so I actually need to try and reach this road here. We'll have to move things out of the way again, just in case there happens to be another sort of path round about. Let me have a look. Right, so just to let you have a look. I don't think there is anything else. We've got these towns. These are all the roads. This is all blocked off. This is blocked off. Yeah, down here. So there is no way for them to get through and trace reserve supply there. And it does seem that although it could trace supply from here off this map edge, it can't get to reserve supply. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, no, that's not any good then. So what was the next lowest? Well, it'll be 37 then, because we thought that might stop dangerous round. So can that trace reserve supply? I very much doubt it can. Yeah, so we can get up to that road, but that's the same road again. It's this road here we need to get to. It was reserve supply, yeah. So no either. Okay. That's within 3, that's within 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was only 2 options for that guy, so we need to look further up now then. So looking within 3 of these guys for the lowest numbered position hex. Well, they're all kind of high numbers. That's a 55. Can't get up to that though. 58 went in. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think 58's the winner. Yeah, can't quite get to here. All these are higher. Can't get to 57. So 58, right? Is that any good? So in German reserve supply, do we have it this time? We should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gets onto the road that will take him off the west map edge, which is what he's wanting. Within 3 hexes of a supplied active German unit. Yeah, both of these are active within 3. To which a Soviet unit is proximate. Yeah, I think we're okay. 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. If you want to do it that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into the woods. So, actually, I'm assuming it means where the garrison's placed, so it would be 1, 2, 3. Garrison in an empty position hex within 3 hexes, to which a Soviet unit is proximate but not adjacent. Empty position hex. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's meaning. Well, you know what, we can do either. I think it's meaning like, you know, where, you know, if we place a garrison there, are we then proximate to it? I think so. Okay, to which the Soviet unit proximate, removes dangerous round. Well, we couldn't find anything that done that, and that's the lowest number position. Okay? Yeah, okay, let's do that one. So garrison placed there, and that was, I'm just going to put the Corrouse card again back, Corrouse card again. So that was the deploy garrison action card. Now we drew 2 action cards, so step 5 says check the other drawn card, conduct if situation applies. So we've got an attack situation here. Okay, probably still not going to happen, but situational strength of active unit stack greater than 2 times proximate Soviet unit stack. Right, so it's only checking the unit individually, so it would be checking them in ascending order. So it's basically looking at unit selector 6 here and saying, is he proximate to something that he's got 2 times the strength to, that he can go and have attack? The answer to that is no. There's nothing he's proximate to. We would then look at that guy, it's the same situation. I mean, this guy is proximate. He's got 1 strength, however, and these are bigger stacks. Now, I'm guessing a dispersed unit is going to situationally adjust it. Just found it on the player aid here. All defending units dispersed would give a -1. But you've got to remember that he's 1 against 4. So, and then that 4 becomes a 3 because he's dispersed. 1 against 3. He needs to get 2 times, and he's got 1 against 3. So you can see that it's not going to happen. And like I say, it doesn't consider all the units together. You know, it doesn't say these 2 join up. It's situational strength of active unit stack. So if it was stacked with other units, you would consider the units it's stacked with, but they're all 3 single units. So that is not going to happen. I'm trying my best to keep this. That's 30 minutes though. Well, I think we had an episode recently. It was 1 hour 45, but okay, we'll keep moving, Grant. That was step 5. Right, so step 6 is in descending order. Move to a hex that removes dangerous surround from or enables supply trays from another German occupied hex. That removes dangerous surround from. Right, not got supply issues. No. This guy is in dangerous surround, as we well know. There's nothing else nearby that's in dangerous surround. It's only this, but these 2 active units cannot get anywhere near helping this guy out. So another German occupied hex. Yeah, no, that's not happening. 7. If in a non-VP hex and Soviet unit proximate to empty or garrison German VP hex. I'm not getting my head around that. Hang on. If in a non-VP hex and Soviet unit is proximate to empty or garrison German VP hex, move to hex that prevents Soviet proximity. Ah, yeah, okay, got that one. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's move the card again. Seems to be jumping about this time. Because we know now. I don't know if this will help or not. It might. We know this guy's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's proximate to this VP hex. So what it's saying there is, can we move one of these active units? As long as they're in a non-VP hex, which they are. We're doing this in descending order, but the guy down here cannot stop something moving to a. Hang on. Soviet unit proximate to empty or garrison German VP hex. Yeah, so it doesn't. Oh, I'm starting to look at this one, but it's an empty or garrison German VP hex. So the only consideration is this one here, right? So can we move to a hex that prevents Soviet proximity to that VP hex? So what that's saying is, and again, I suppose we would look at this guy first, but because he's the highest selector number, but 1, 2, 3, 4, he is not going to stop that from being proximate. It's just, this one may, I don't think it is. 1, 2, 3, well, there you go. Let's just say it goes there before we look at alternatives. There might be. Does that now stop this one? See, before he was going 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he's got to stop there, right? So it might well be. Can he go up the other side? Because he's going to cross this minor river. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he's 7 movement, yeah. So he actually, that's not stopping him, is it? Damn it. Well, I'm saying damn it. I just kind of don't want the video going on that much longer, but it looks like I might have to start considering this to be the start of the next part. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, because he's having to cross that minor river. 6, 7. So that unit movement in there does not stop that, and I don't think he can do it in another way, can he? 1, 2, 3, 4 does not help. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's just the same, isn't it? It's the same hex. Yeah, nah, he can't do that. Well, to be honest, at least we've had an activation with one of the units, so it will end the impulse. And we've not finished. We might have IPs to place. So that was step 7, was it? Yeah. Yes. So step 8, place IP on unit if eligible and Soviet unit proximate. And again, would be in descending order. Well, this guy's got an IP, so we can forget about him. So the other 2, descending order. This guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing's proximate to this. That guy can't get right across that, so not him. However, I think we can get an IP on that guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So he'll build an IP. So in position 70, he builds an IP. So he does indeed carry an activation, and then remove disperse markers from any other units. No. Okay. So we did get through it. And I can probably still just tag this one because I think that's fine. And just as a reminder, this was a while back, well, maybe not in video footage, but it was to me. He moved out of dangerous round, I believe. So that guy had an activation. That guy had an activation built on an IP. These other 2 units did not do anything. And that'll be that. So that's ended German impulse. We have 1 card left in our hand. We chose to go that way, so and it's the 40th Army card. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna move these guys up strategically, probably just to get up beside the 3rd tank, so that we can leave something in Kharkov anyway, and get the 3rd tank moving. Where I'm not quite sure exactly what they're doing. Right, I better get this cut for now though, because it has got later than I intend. I was hoping to get another wee bit in, but things got a bit long there. So probably best that I just leave it for the night. It's just I won't get back tomorrow night, a bit too late at work. Sunday I should get a bit done on Sunday. So. Yeah, we'll keep plodding on. I'll let you catch up on my videos. I put quite a lot out the last few days, so and hopefully no more glitches pop up. But there's never any guarantees really. You can see that there's a lot to take in this game, but still really enjoying it. Little frustrated by the fact that these eliminated units are not really staying eliminated. Of course, you didn't have any of that in Ardennes. When a unit was eliminated, it was eliminated. And not only that, you actually got victory points. What is it? You got victory points for eliminating 2. However, that might have just been the Germans, so can't quite recall. It might have been both. No, I don't think so, because I don't think you got victory points when you played that way solo, did you? However, you didn't get eliminated units coming back, and just seems to be happening quite a lot, so I suppose I'm a bit concerned. And maybe that makes up for the fact that there's not as many units, there's not as many units on the map, because they're going to keep reappearing. Okay, I'll get away for now, guys, and I'll be back, probably not tomorrow, probably Sunday, hopefully, with should be able to try and get another wee bit in then. Okay, cheers.